This morning in studio, we are joined by Darren, Kehler, and Jacinda Young, a couple of the actors part of Father of the Bride with Flatlands. Welcome here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in to talk about next weekend's production. What made you want to be a part of Father of the Bride, the 1950s version of the show?
Well, I'm a big fan of the 90s version of the show, with starring Steve Martin, the movie. And I thought, well, this could be an interesting challenge and a kind of a fun thing to try too. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Figured I'd give an audition.
Why not, right? Jacinda, what made you want to be a part of the show?
I always try to be a part of what I can in Flatlands, and so seeing this and it really, the part of Kay Banks was really seemed to suit me too, with the age range and the relationship with her family and everything. I was really excited to give that a try.
So you said you've been a part of multiple Flatlands productions before. How long have you been kind of in the acting scene and been on stage?
For about 9 years with Flatlands. I started with the student productions and then did a couple of those with radio dramas in between, and then doing the full productions that I can. I've really enjoyed it and stuck with it, and I'm glad I have.
And Darren, you said you've been on and off stage since high school.
Yes, I've been on and off doing stage production, theater type stuff since high school. With Flatlands, my first show with Flatlands would have been fall of 2012 with Our Town. So I've been a part of numerous other local theater productions as well.
Obviously been good times as it's kept you coming back.
Yeah, there's something in it that keeps me coming back. Sometimes I wonder what, but no, it's a satisfying kind of. There's a satisfaction in bringing off a character and playing a role and telling a story, and so some part of it keeps me coming back.
Certainly. And you play the role of the father of the bride. Talk about your character.
Stanley Banks. He's a responsible, devoted family man, father, particularly devoted to his only daughter, Kay, his little girl, who is growing up before his eyes, or he's trying to ignore the fact that she's growing up, and before he knows it, she's going to get married.
Right.
And chaos and maybe some hilarity ensues. And he gets a little overwhelmed, he's trying to deal with all the responsibilities and the financial constraints and the hoopla and all the different traditions and things that get thrown his way, and he does his best to not lose it too badly.
Very cool. Jacinda, talk about your role as the bride.
Kay Banks is 21 years old. She is very really trying to please everybody within the situation, her soon-to-be husband, her family, herself, and so along the way causes perhaps some grief to her family with the expenses and her growing up, but it all kind of wraps up in a big, like, heartwarming, family's family, and everything all works out.
Certainly. And if anyone's ever seen the movies, they kind of know the general storyline, but you guys, I'm sure, will put a new spin on it, right?
Yes, because I think the movies that most people know is the Steve Martin movies, and this is based on the 1950s, or like a script that was written based off of that movie, and so it's definitely different, and I think we do a good job of putting our own spin on things.
And of course the 50s means different furniture, different hair, and of course different clothes. You get to wear a pretty fun wedding dress.
I do. It's big, it's on its own, and then we stuff crinoline underneath, and it's even bigger. Long sleeves, lace, drop waist as were the style back then, and it's really fun to wear a wedding dress. I was very excited.
Darren, you said that the costumes definitely help you get into the character of Mr. Banks.
Definitely, yeah. All the the old school sweaters and we've got the cutaway, like the fancy tux with the long tail in the back. That should be fun. Never worn one of those before. Yeah, it's definitely a finishing touch on getting the character and getting the feel of the character. It's really good.
And it's been fun working with all these people. Are some new to you, some returning people that you've been on stage with before? Yes,
both. There are a few, I've been on stage with, or in part of productions with Jacinda before, and Buckley, the son-in-law to be. I've been in things with him before. before, and there's some actors that I'm familiar with working with in the past, and then there's some new ones as well. Yeah,
the familiarity probably helps you get in the groove a little bit quicker.
Right. There's a little bit of chemistry to begin with, right? So that's a good starting point.
Jacinda, why should somebody come see Father of the Bride this coming weekend?
Because it's very funny, and it is a local production, which is always really good to support. It would make a very good Mother's Day present. It runs May 2nd to 5th, and so lots of opportunities to come out and see it. And yeah, it's lots of fun, and I think the audience will see how much fun we're having on stage as well.
If people want to get tickets, how are they able to do that?
Tickets are available online. You can buy them ahead of time online through the PWN Centennial Concert Hall website, and at the box office at the Meridian Exhibition Center, or at the door prior to the performances.
Awesome. Sounds like it should be a fun weekend next weekend. Good luck with the rest of your rehearsals, and break a leg.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Nicole Clausen. Hopefully you enjoyed that video. If you have something you'd like to share with the Pembina Valley, we'd love to have you on the morning show. Send us an email at news@PembinaValleyOnline.com. And remember, like this video and share it with your friends.